Well, hi there, my name is Luann. Welcome to my kitchen today. In today's video, I have been asked to do another review for Redmond, and this time it's going to be of their 4-slice toaster. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to share with you 3 of my favorite ways to use a toaster. Well, I'm so glad that you chose to stick around for today's video because I'm really excited to do this review and unboxing for Redmond. So far, I've done a mixer for them, and I have to say I am very impressed with the quality and performance of that mixer. But today, it's the 4-slice toaster, so let's go ahead and unbox it first. Okay, this is what it looks like whenever you first open it up. This is a rather large toaster. Let's see. Okay, everything is packaged very secure and everything is wrapped very well. Okay, I'm gonna set that back there. Okay. Okay, so first off, we have the 4-slice toaster user manual, and then they give you a little chart that shows the different levels of toasting. This is level 1 through level 6. And this is a very nice looking toaster. I mean, check this out. Now, when you take it out of the box, I'm noticing here that there are some little styrofoam pieces in here that I'm sure you're going to want to take those out before you plug it in. Okay. And this is what the top looks like. They're very wide, 2 continuous slots. Okay, so now that we know what it looks like, and I have to say I'm impressed with it. We have 4 little buttons here. This one is bagel. We have the frozen. I believe this is reheat, and then this last one is going to be the cancel button, and then we have the dial in the middle that goes from 1 to 6. Okay, so let's go ahead and start trying it out. And the first thing that I would like to show you is one of my all-time favorites since childhood, and that is the cinnamon sugar toast. Okay, so this is everything that you're going to need to make the cinnamon sugar toast. First off, you're going to need your favorite cinnamon. Then you're going to need sugar, a little bowl to mix it in, and then we have a tablespoon and a teaspoon and a little whisk to mix it up, butter, and I'm going to be doing 4 slices of toast to try out this 4-slice toaster. Okay, so to make the cinnamon sugar mixture, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of white granulated sugar. There's 1 and 2, and then add 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Just mix that together till it's combined well. And this is what that mixture should look like once it's well combined. Okay, so now that the cinnamon sugar is all made and the toaster is plugged in, let's go ahead and try it out. So I'm going to start by putting the 4 slices of bread into these 2 slots. And based on the toasting guide that came with the toaster, I am going to set this on a level 3. So let's dial this in to 3. Okay. And since this isn't frozen and it's not a bagel and we're not reheating anything, I'm going to go ahead and just push it down. So while we're waiting for our toast, I am very curious to know how many of you out there also enjoy cinnamon sugar toast. This is something that my mom made for me since I was an itty bitty little girl. I don't ever remember not having cinnamon sugar toast in our lives. This goes great with a bowl of oatmeal or along with eggs. It's just a really good and sweet addition to any breakfast. Okay, so the toast is ready, and I would have to agree that this pretty well matches the number 3 setting on the toasting guide. So the first thing you're going to do, of course, is to butter this toast. I like a lot of butter on mine. It makes the cinnamon stick really well. And who doesn't want plenty of cinnamon and sugar on their toast? Okay, now that the butter is on, the next step is just to sprinkle a little bit of the cinnamon sugar mixture on there. And I have a spoon. And to be honest with you, when my mother made this, and actually whenever I made this for my kids, we would just dump the cinnamon container on there, wait a few seconds, and then dump it back off into the container. Now, I'm not sure how you feel about dumping it back into the container to be used later, but we never really had a problem with it. So, to each his own, and however you feel comfortable doing this. Okay, so now that I've got them all covered, doesn't that look delicious? I know it smells so good. Well, I would have to say, based on my experience on making cinnamon sugar toast, this looks perfect. Now let's move on to the next one, where I'm going to be making berry cream cheese bagels. Okay, so here's everything that you're going to need to make the berry cream cheese bagel. And in this test for the Redmond toaster, I'm just going to do one bagel because, as you can see, this is 2 long slots. I want to see what happens when you only do 2. So here's what you're going to need. Your favorite bagel. It doesn't have to be a blueberry bagel. I just choose to use those. Then your favorite berry, and of course I'm going to go with blueberry this time. And then a berry cream cheese. So don't think that if you have strawberry cream cheese you have to use strawberries. Just get some kind of flavored berry cream cheese and some kind of berry. And this will work out perfectly. And then of course we're going to put a little bit of butter underneath all of that. So now that you have all of your ingredients, let's go ahead over to the Redmond toaster and let's see how it does on a bagel test. Now remember, when you're toasting a bagel and you hit the bagel setting, the heating elements are only going to come on one side. So the first thing that we need to determine is which side do we want this bagel to be, facing out or facing in. So let me check on that for you. Okay, well, the manual doesn't say which side. It just says that only one side will heat up, and that you can also use this to heat up other bread items because it only is one-sided. So I am going to take a chance and have the bagels facing in. And we're going to put it down. I'm going to crank this up also in between the 3 and the 4 so that it'll be a little more toastier than what my cinnamon sugar toast was. And we'll push that down. And I will see which side is heating up. Okay, I think it looks like the outside elements are heating up, so I'm going to use the eject button and turn those around. And you can put this anywhere along the slide. It doesn't have to be in the front or the back. You could even just put it in the middle. So I'm just going to do that. We'll push it down, and now we wait. So while we're waiting on the bagels, I would love to hear from you on what is your favorite way to fix a bagel? Do you like the sweet bagels, or do you prefer a more savory bagel? And if you do, I would love to hear how you fix them. While that's toasting, I'm going to go ahead and open my cream cheese. This is just the H-E-B brand. If you're in Texas, you'll be familiar with that. If not, then I'm sure wherever you shop, they have a store brand. That's all this is the store brand. But of course, Philadelphia makes a lot of great flavors too. My favorites are, of course, the plain. And I like to use the plain on like cinnamon or raisin bagels. A bagel that's really strong in flavor is always good with plain cream cheese. But since this video is about my favorites, I couldn't pass up doing the berry cream cheese one. And this tastes so good with a hot cup of coffee on the side. And my favorite berry flavored cream cheeses are the strawberry or the blueberry. This may be getting a little dark. I did turn the knob up, so I'm gonna go ahead and eject this. Yeah, I think that's about perfect. So you may wanna grab a set of tongs for this one because these bagels get so hot. I'm just gonna lay this out on the plate. And now let me show you how to put that together. So the first thing that I like to do is, of course, the butter. Just spread the butter on there, a thin layer because this will get kind of messy. And a lot of people even skip the butter part, but I like it because bagels can get kind of tough, and this really softens them out. Put a little bit of butter on that next one. I say a little bit, but as you can see, I love my butter. I put a lot of butter. So when you have your butter spread, then just add your berry flavored cream cheese. I like to put it on there nice and thick. If you're dieting, this may not be the best breakfast option for you, especially if you make it the way that I do. Now we have all of that good warm butter on there and this creamy strawberry cream cheese. Now the next thing to do is just add your berries. Now sometimes if I have some really big berries, I'll cut them up and then put them on, but these, they're not huge, so I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle them all around. And here's another question for you. When it comes to making a bagel like this, do you like to eat them open face individually, or do you like to put them together? Honestly, I'll eat them any way I can get them. And don't be afraid to add plenty of berries, because this is what really makes it good. Okay, so here they are open face, or we can put them together. That looks so good with all that butter dripping out of there and the creamy berry cream cheese. I can't wait to eat this one. Okay, well, I have to say, when it comes to bagels, Redmond, you pass this test too. These look absolutely perfect. Okay, so now moving on to our final favorite of the day, and that is going to be the Pillsbury Toaster Strudels. If you haven't tried these, I urge you to go out as soon as possible and purchase these. They are so yummy. The pastry is so light and flaky, and then they have this ooey gooey filling in the middle. I just can't even stress to you how delicious these are, and they are definitely something that I keep in my freezer almost all the time. And I'm real happy to share this with you today during this review, because this is going to be the perfect way to test Redmond's frozen setting. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, each one of these boxes come with 6 pastries and 6 little icing packets. As you can see, I only have 4 left because I've already been eating on these, but they're found in the freezer section, the breakfast freezer section. And this is what the inside looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out one of those and stick right here in the middle. And then we're going to want to take one of these icing packets, and be very careful whenever you're taking these apart, because it will rip into the other ones. So that's all you're going to need to make this one. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and leave this on the number 3. And then we're just going to come right over here. The second button is the frozen button. So I'm going to hit it. Well, actually, okay, I'm going to push it down and then hit the frozen button. And let's see how it does. And on the box, it says that to make these in your toaster, to do it through 1.5 cycles. So I've got it down for 1, and we'll see how it does. Who knows, it may get done in this toaster in 1 setting, but we'll see. Okay, so now that that's popped up, let me see. I honestly think that it's done, because in my regular toaster, I push it down once and the middle is still kind of cold, but this is actually kind of hot. Oh, and it looks pretty good. And the way that I like to fix my strudels is I let it set for just maybe 1 minute and let it cool a bit before I put on the icing packet. Because if you put it on too soon, it's just gonna melt and run off because the pastry is so hot. Also, don't be worried that this is gonna be frozen, because in the amount of time that it takes to make the strudel, this thaws out very quickly. So just take a pair of scissors. It does have the little notches, but I like to go ahead and cut it straight across to give me a good opening. And then you just squeeze that right on top of your pastry. Now, I usually like to go the extra step and just go ahead and spread that frosting evenly. And there you have it, a perfect toaster strudel.
The Redmond brand employs over 2,000 employees, and there are more than 120 shops that are located in over 35 countries. Redmond also maintains rich long-term partnerships with many online influencers. Redmond has over 150 patented products with high product performance and high quality after-sales service. This includes strict product inspection at each production stage, free replacement for quality problems within 1 full year, and multi-channel customer service over email, Facebook, and Instagram. Redmond has a worldwide reach with over 4 million families using Redmond equipment, and sales of over 300,000 pieces in 2020 on Amazon. Please be sure to go and check out their website at redmondhome.com.
Well, I have to say, between regular toast, a bagel, and even using the frozen option, you saw it with your own eyes how well the Redmond 4-slice toaster performed. I want to give a big thank you to Redmond for asking me to review their products, and they've also given you a special discount down below. So be sure to check that out before you leave. And now that you know 3 of my most favorite ways to use a toaster, I would love to hear from you. So have you ever had cinnamon sugar toast? And what is your favorite way to fix a bagel? Thanks again for stopping by and spending a little bit of your day with me. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give me a thumbs up to let me know. If you haven't subscribed, I hope that you'll go ahead and do so, because I look so forward to getting to know you and hearing from you in future videos. Hope to see you next time. Bye.